Good morning, Args. How's it going?
I'm doing well, FarmSim Guy. How are you?
I am well. I realise I always say good morning because in real life it's morning when we're sitting down recording this, and evening for you. So it's the middle of the day in the game. So
Yeah.
nothing makes sense.
No, but it is what it is, and we'll move on. It doesn't matter too much, does it? It's a friendly, warming, welcoming greeting, so I'll take it.
Excellent.
Right, what is the plan for today? I think we're going to plant some corn up in those fields we put the manure and slurry on. Is that right?
That's right. I think we can plant those today. We've hired a roller as well, so somebody can roll while somebody else plants, and then
good one.
Believe it or not, that grass field's ready again.
Yeah, it feels like it's ready just about every episode at the moment.
It does, doesn't it?
Yeah, it does.
But yeah, we can crack on and get some bales out of that because we sold that trailer full, and it was worth quite a bit, wasn't it?
It was actually, yeah, and I think we've still got enough up there for the animals. They're not chilling through it too fast, are they? And we'll get another cut off before the end of the year anyhow.
That's right, yeah. So that'll bring in a bit of cash, and I'm sure those cows and goats are still churning out the milk as well.
Yeah, they will be. They will be. Which is good. And this field, I think, there's a wheat over here. We need to get some fertilizer in on that. It's only had one app.
That's right, yeah. It's 50%, so you get that sprayed as well. So lots to do.
Okay, cool. Well, do you want to... I'll leave you to go and start doing the planting if you want. I might just go and grab the sprayer and quickly put the fertilizer on this, and that'll give you a chance.
And then you can follow up with the roller.
Yeah, that'll give you a chance to get ahead and come and do some mowing and whatnot.
Excellent. Let's do that.
Perfect. All right, sounds like a plan. We'll see you soon.
Yeah, cheers, mate.
Well, hello everyone. Welcome back to Pallegney. I had some correction on my pronunciation. I had been including the G, but it is a silent one. I think we had it right at the start. Pallegney, but definitely not Pallegney. So anyhow, that's what we're working with, and we're back here with FarmSim Guy. And we are going to get into some work. I'm going to head over this way, grab the little fence. You can see the sprayer just in there behind it. Put some fertilizer into that. Hopefully we've got some up the top there. It does look like we've got a few totes. We might need to find a weight and put it on the front just to keep that grounded, or we could actually put the front tank on. Might even be the better option. Let's just have a look. Is there something in this? Leave anything in there? No. No, it's empty. Right, so we'll get that hooked up and we're going to tackle getting that fertilizer put on those. And by the time we've done that, FSG should hopefully have a little bit of corn in the ground and we can go and give that a roll. So let's jump up in here, get everything hooked up, and we'll get into it. Well, it just so happens, hooks the front tank up and it's actually got 1,000 litres of fertiliser in there, so I'm not even going to bother filling up. I am just going to go and head down and see how far this will get us through the field. Hopefully we'll get a decent chunk done with this and we won't actually need to go and get any more totes out, but we might as well use up what's in here first before dragging some down and topping up. So get ourselves into here now. I'm going to use some steering assist as per the norm now. Certainly getting my head around that and enjoy using it. It's a great addition to the game, and we don't have narrow tyres on this. I've just sailed straight in there and made a right old mess. Okay, we might have to fix that first. Let's see if we can head on up and get some narrow tyres put on this, because we don't really fancy going through and putting a whole lot of tram lines into this field. Right, so we're in the service bay at the store. If we just bring this up, have a look at our little Fendt 311 Vario, go through and have a look at our customize options. So we do have the standards on there. Let's just see, can we find some narrow tyres? There we go. Trailer board narrow tyres. Rear twin narrows? No, don't want to go with that. So there we go. That is all we need. That is $1,000. Go through and customize that and get that purchased. It's going to change all our configuration and we're done. Doesn't look much different, but apparently those tyres are narrow enough to protect our crop from any damage. So get these all hooked back up again and head on back down, and we'll go and test it out. Hopefully no more tram lines into the field. So let's take a look now. We are back and we're just going to nose our way into there, and not seeing any crop destruction. Let's jump out, double check. There we go. So standard tyres, narrow tyres. No row crop, no tram lines or anything like that going into there, no crop damaged. So I wouldn't normally, I'd quite happily use wide tyres and put tram lines in, but this just destroys such a big swath of the crop. Like you can see our tyre marks there, and it takes almost the equivalent width either side. I don't know, it's just down to the resolution and how the game's built, but if it was just a little bit finer, I might actually look at doing that a little bit more often. But anyhow, with that sorted, let's get in and get some fertilizer put on. So first things first, get this all unfolded and get that going. Now bring up our menu. Hopefully it's going to detect our width, 24 meters. Steering assist is on, one headland, and that should be us good to go. There we go. Actually picked that pretty well, didn't I? Right, that's done. It's powered on. Right, back one, be on the right selection. There we go. Get going and get that fertilizer onto it. So with that all sorted out, let's quickly time lapse through this field. We'll see when we're finished. There we go, that did not take very long at all. Well, just be careful going through here with that still folded down. In its folding animation, there we go, that's up and out of the way, and we only used about half of the fertilizer that was in it. So that is that task done. Now FSG will be up in the field, and he will be underway with the seeding. So we will go and put this down, put it away. See the seed that he pulled out of the storage there. But let's just put this tank down in here. There we go, lower that down, disconnect that. We'll back into the shed with this. Then I'll double check. I'd actually quite like to keep on using this tractor for the rolling. It should have enough horsepower. The roller's not that much effort. It is 12 meters wide, but it's just pulling a drum, right, and rotating it. We do have a little bit of a hill that we have to deal with as I drive into the fence, into the side of the building there. You know, concentrating on talking and doing a whole lot of things at once. There we go. Right, that's disconnected. Let's go and grab this roller. So here we go, this is our roller we're going to be using for this. It's a 12 meter wide roller. We'll take a quick look at it in the shop once we get it hooked up. The Vetestad Arexius 1230, such a good name. But let's just take a quick look in the shop. I do just want to double check we've got the horsepower for it. Requires 120 horsepower, that is it there. And if we just take a look at our tractor, go to our vehicles, we are in the Fendt 311, which is sitting 113 horsepower. This could actually be interesting. I'm going to commit to it. We'll go and see what happens. But if we do have to get a little bit more power, we'll have to go for the JCB, because I think FSG's got the other Fendt up there seating. Right, let's head on up, go and see how it works. It'll be fine on the downhill. It's the uphill that we'll have to see how it works. Tell you what, it looks like FSG is already through the first field just about. That's been really speedy. Just watching the texture disappearing there, which would be the old manure texture, but see, finishing off the headlands, and that's him going to be done. Pretty good timing, if I do say so myself. We'll be rolling in here right behind him. Literally rolling in here with a roller. But there we go. That's pretty impressive. Right, we'll get that there. We'll get it unfolded. And it is going to be interesting to see how we go with pulling it. Get our beacons turned off. We don't need those on right now. Back up just a touch. That will fold down. There we go. Right. Perfect, that's that sorted. We'll get our guidance steering, a steering assist set up. I'm going to squeeze 2 headlands in just so we've got a bit more space to turn around at the ends, but it's only 4 passes on the field, plus the headlands, so not too much at all. There we go. Press the button there on that. And we'll start heading down the field. Because we're wider, we should actually almost go pretty close to catching up to FSG here. All depends how we go pulling up the hills. There we go. Rolling underway. Now I know it's pretty uncommon. A lot of people say you don't roll after corn, after planting corn. We know that. Everyone knows that, but this is just what we're stuck with in the game mechanics, and we're just going to make the most of it, get the best yield we can out of these fields. that you all finished, is it, mate?
I've just got this one headland pass to go, but yeah, that's me done, so you can jump straight in.
Nice one. Nice one. This tractor's just a little bit underpowered for this roller, but we'll get through it.
Yeah, it looked like I was struggling a little bit on the hills.
Just a little bit. That's alright. It's not like it's a big field, so...
Cool, well I suppose, will I go down and get the mower out and start doing the grass on the big field?
Yeah, I suppose, if you're happy doing that. Yeah, I guess so.
Yeah, no worries.
That is the next job on the list.
It is indeed, yep. We'll get through that pretty quickly, I think, so...
Yeah, probably.
All good.
We're just going to do silage again, are we? Windrow and Bale.
I think we'll just do some bales, yeah.
Yeah, okay. Easy.
Excellent.
Alright, I'll see you soon.
Yeah, cheers mate, see you in a bit.
So we'll let FSG just get that little strip across the headlands done, and we'll carry on down. Keep on going with this field. I don't think it's as steep. I think this one's actually going to be a little bit easier on us. But let's just get in here. We can do that now. And it's even automatically set up our guidance steering or steering assist there for us. So we can just carry on. Wait a second for FSG to get folded up. No, he's just going to pull straight out of the field for us, so we're not in the way. There we go. Nice looking planter that set up actually. I do like that one. It's always nice doing these series and being able to try sort of different equipment, stuff you might not normally see on your own series or use on other farms. Always nice to try a little bit of a variety. There we go. Right. Let's carry on. Let's see if we can get more than 4 miles per hour going up the hills. In fact, you know what, I'm making a mistake. I should be going the other way around the field, because this is certainly not as steep as the other side. Anyhow, I'm sure the tractor will handle it. Get it done, and then we'll get down, and I guess we'll start on some windrowing. Well, it certainly pulled better up this side of the field than over on the other side. You can see that sort of steep bit just in there, but we've got at least 5 miles per hour going up here, so it's not too much slower. But there we are, this is the last little bit of the field, and we will have this all done, all rolled. And I think with the slurry and manure we put on these fields, plus the seed, I'm pretty sure, I'll actually have to have a look now. I was going to say I'm pretty sure that seed fertilizers too, but maybe it doesn't. We'll get to the end here, get this folded up, and we might just take a quick look. See whether we do need to come and put some more fertilizer once these crops have germinated. I'm starting to think we might now, just thinking about it. But anyhow, there we go. That's that all done. So just get that to that position. Press our fold button, and we'll get that folding up. Let's have a quick look at the map. It would appear that it does require an extra layer of fertilizer, so we haven't got that fertilizer applied there. Have a look over that side. Field we did fertilizer, did get some fertilizer on it, so that is good. And see FSG in there. He is, looks like he's just on his first headland pass around in the grass, so that's good. We'll be, time we get down there, we'll be able to start on some swathing. Now I think we're probably going to have to use the, well, whatever tractor he's not using, whether it's the fast track or the other Fent, because I'm pretty sure this little girl is not going to have anywhere near enough power to pull that big merger. So we will go and figure that out when we get down there, but that is us done now. I'm pretty sure we leased this, so we might as well just take it back down to the dealer and drop it off, and not take it back down to the yard. So there we go, there is FSG just starting on his second pass around, and he is using the fence still, so looks like we'll be grabbing the fast track out and putting that on the merger, and going in and getting some windrows up. So that is what we will go and do. Get this parked back down here and swap over, so we can make a start in there. Looks like FSG had to get the merger outs down over there. Must have had to pull it out to get into the miles, which makes sense. It did take up a lot of space in here. So jump up here into the fast track. Get things all started up, turned on. Looks like everything up and running. Let's go. Get the merger all hooked up. We'll head on over and make a start in the field. So get this all unfolded. I'm just going to have a quick look there and see what way we've got this set. Can't actually see the settings there. Control Y. There we go. Toggle work modes. That's left, right, outside, middle. So I'm pretty sure we want it in the middle, which is right there. Get that hidden away. Get that turned on. Lower it down. Make sure we're all the way back. And start moving forward. There we go. It looks like that's getting that all windrowed into the middle. Perfect. I did think about doing sort of a double one where we could go left and right, and but with FSG only just into the field, really wasn't worth it. So set that up, 2 headlands. Always interesting how it splits this field. Very clever. Right. There we go. Get that course detected. Turn that on, and let's get into it. We're just picking up our last pass here, sort of merging a little bit of a part row there into one of the headland rows. FSG, as you can see there in the background, you would have noticed in some of those shots, he is in here with the baler, and he has made us start on that. One headland done and dusted, but he was just saying, it's proven to be a pretty heavy crop of bales as one sort of escapes and rolls across into the neighbours. But he's, if you have a look around already, there's already quite a few made. So get that turned off. We will fold it up and head on up into the yard. We're going to go and grab the trailer. We'll bring the telehandler back down, and we're basically going to load. My goal and objective here is to see if I can keep up with FSG with the trailer, with the loading while he's baling. If I can do that, I'll be a happy man. So let's see if we can or not. I reckon so the speed he's going, I reckon we're in with a shot for it, but time will tell. Right, let's just figure out where we're going to put this. Guess we'll just squeeze it in here. Actually, you can go in front of the cultivator because we're not going to need that for a wee while yet. Got no fields to worry about. Put that into this one. Grab the trailer, grab the telehandler, go and do some bale loading. Well, I'm starting to feel a little bit nervous about this now. I don't know if we will catch up. He's managed to make some good progress in the time it took us to get down here and grab the grab and get everything set up. But let's have a look here. We're going to try and grab a couple at a time. I've made an absolute meal of this first one, which doesn't bode well. But let's see how we go. We'll jump into a time lapse of the loading and see if we can keep up with FSG.
slow going, mate.
The loading or the baling or the lot?
All of it.
All of it. Yeah, it is a little bit. This is a huge amount of bales. Remember last time we cut this just before winter, we only loaded the trailer once, but there's a full another load out there, I reckon.
That's right. Yeah. No, it's good. So we must have done something good to the grass. That fertilizer must have helped. Must
have. I'm not going to question the couple that you dumped on the neighbours' fields.
Yeah, they rolled. It was not my fault.
Fair enough. Right. Well, I'm going to carry on loading these. Figured maybe these ones.
I'm going to grab the front loader.
Okay.
And I'll start ferrying the ones from the top of the field down, so at least they're closer, so you don't have to go as far to load.
Oh yeah. Okay. Easy. That's good.
Saves me just standing watching you.
Yeah. We couldn't have that. These ones I thought I'd just leave on the back of the trailer to ferment, and then we can go and sell them.
Yeah. Good call.
Nice one. All right. Well,
all right.
Let's
Nice
get it
one.
Finished.
Happy loading.
Thank you. There we are one load down. I had high hopes that I'd catch FSG, but just wasn't to be. A whole lot of factors into it, knocking the first couple of bales off. Didn't help, but I think it was a very optimistic dream, but you've got to have them right. There is, as we just said, still a lot of bales in here. 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 16, 18, 20, 22, 24, 26, 28, 30, 32, 30, oh, there's a lot. We're definitely going to have to stack this 3 high, which of course we can do, and I'm going to have to try and get them as tight as I can up to the front. So let's just carry on here, see how we can go, see if we can do this again without knocking any over, and make a good stack, get them all in one load. Of course, if there's a couple left over, we can always use the telehandler and the front loader to ferry them up into the object storage. So yeah, we'll do what we can. Right, let's carry on. Well, just to prove that I can still stack bales, there's 4 on the end, but we have reverted to a little bit of auto load here, and FSG's just gonna barrel straight through it. We're having a little bit of a laugh. It got a bit frustrating, the old loading tonight. I'm not sure what it was.
Sorry, Args, didn't see those there.
I'm not sure exactly what it was tonight, but things were getting a bit frustrating, so there we go. We're not all perfect, and sometimes you've just got to work with the tools you're given, and when you're given an auto load trailer, sometimes that's what you've got to work with. But there we go, we did get one load taken out. So auto load's taken as much as it can on the trailer. We're going to have to manually do a little bit of final stacking, which is to throw these ones up and on the top, which I think is a fair and just task that we have to do for taking the penalty of using some auto load. So we'll get these all up on here, there's not too many left to go, and then we'll be able to park that one up and let them ferment. And you see, even there, I just can't get anything right with this stacking tonight. Alright, there we go, back in the right spot. Let's get this done. And there we go, strapped on, secured, and ready to ferment. I'm going to leave those sitting on the trailer, and that load will be taken down to the BGA when it's ready to go, and we'll go and get it sold. Get rid of that, I think. Look around. Yeah, no more bales.
Unorthodox, Args, but there's a lot of bales on that trailer.
There's a bit of tomfoolery there at the end, but it's good to get the field cleared and all of these bales out of here. There was a lot. Certainly was a lot.
There was a lot. There was a lot. So, yeah. And I suppose that's probably us for this episode, isn't it?
Yeah, it probably is. We're going to leave those sitting on the trailer to ferment, and once they're ready, we'll take them down to the BGA, get a bit of money off that.
Yep.
So
and I think really now it is a long old wait till the harvest is ready come the summer.
That's right, and I think we've got a couple of weeks till we're going to be back in into a couple of episodes too. I think we're away next week, so...
Yes, that's right. So
good timing.
So thank you very much.
Yeah, pleasure
definitely.
as always.
Enjoyed that.
Good fun. Alright mate, take care, have a good week, and we'll catch you in a couple.
Defo. Thanks,
All
mate.
right. Cheers, buddy.
See you
ya.
soon. Bye.
Well, there we go. A bale's done, dusted off the field, and we're just going to be leaving this here and getting ready to, well, be cut again in autumn, in what, 3-4 months time? Where are we? April, May, June, July, and maybe August. Just have to wait and see. We might try and get another application of slurry maybe on it. We've got plenty sitting up here in the slurry tank just up there in front of us, so it could be something we might look at doing again. But for now, we don't actually have too much to do. Keep the animals happy, healthy, and take a couple of weeks off while FSG goes away, and we'll be back probably getting into our harvest next time. So from the FarmSim Guy and myself, we apologise for using some auto load, but sometimes you've just got to do what you've got to do. As always, thank you all very much for watching, and we'll catch you in the next one. This is what happens when you're horsing around too much. You end up getting a JCB telehandler stuck on top of your bales.